This RCO meeting is for 6147 Vine Street in West Philadelphia. We are ACHIEVEability. ACHIEVEability is a nonprofit that is located on 60th and Arch and works with the entire West Philly population, but our service area is basically around Cobbs Creek, Haddington, and surrounding neighborhoods. We have a RCO, a recognized community organization that seeks to bring proposed projects to the community so that the community can learn about these projects and can vote on whether or not they want these projects in their community. So it's so important. It's also really important to note that our chairperson, Kelly Buchanan, is here, who makes this whole thing run, and that we are recording this. We are recording this meeting so that for transparency's sake, and we like to share all of our RCO meetings with the community. Okay, so if you don't feel comfortable with having your face on camera, you can turn off your camera if you are against having your image captured on video. I don't want to take too long. I want us to kind of just jump into this. So I would like for everyone to introduce themselves, particularly the leads of the projects, the lead of the projects, the developer and the lawyer.
Hello, everyone. Joe Consul, the lawyer. Joe Consul from Consul Madison, 215 South Broad, 5th floor. And my client is Nate. He can introduce himself in a second. The ownership entity is, can these screens, did I do that right?
We're looking at them, yeah.
Okay, great, perfect.
Yeah, it's Divine Brothers LLC.
Yeah, the ownership entity is Divine Brothers LLC, and Nate can introduce himself and tell you a little bit about the kind of work that he does, briefly.
Hey, what's up? My name's Nate. So this is a pretty standard project for what I'm used to, and I develop primarily in West Philadelphia, do some stuff in North Philadelphia near Temple Hospital area, and yeah, this is a project that I'm presenting to the community to see, receive some feedback and see what could be the best resolution.
So Nate represents Divine Brothers LLC. You guys are welcome to ask him any questions after we just run through what we're asking for here. The property in question is 6147 Vine. These are currently RSA 5 zoned. They're very deep lots. It's about 1,300 square foot footprint. If it was multifamily, that would entitle us to 4 units, but obviously it's zoned RSA 5. The reason why we're here is because we're seeking to legitimize and create a 3-family use. There's the refusal. Now, a little bit of history, just for the record, on this property. The old owner had started this process in October, so almost a year ago, and he passed away early this year. Nate and his company took over the process, and we started from the beginning because there was a lag time between when Nate took control of it and when the original appeals hearing was meant to be. That was like February, March, April. So by the time we figured out that this gentleman missed the hearing date because he had passed away, I don't mean to laugh about that. We had missed the appeals date, and we weren't able to get on the calendar. So we just essentially resubmitted what he was already attempting to push through, and now here we are because of everything that happened in the city. It's taken this long to get in front of ACHIEVEability, but we're happy to be here nevertheless. So the property is 6147 Vine, large footprint, and Nate is hoping to get an approval for a 3-unit, and in a minute he'll talk to you about the rents and things like that, those costs. But just generally what I have up now are the plans for this property. There is the first unit is the largest unit. It's got 3 bedrooms. And it comprises the basement and the first floor. The basement has egress on both ends. The second unit has 1 bedroom, and the third unit is going to be, we have that just as a studio on the third floor. The third floor, because of, as you can see, the existing conditions, we're limited to as how far out we can bump it. That was another refusal we did not want to generate for trying to pull the third floor forward. So the second floor will be flush with, Nate, that's your property next to the beauty salon, right? Can you see what I have up?
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna make the second floor flush with the beauty salon, and the third floor also will remain where it's at, and that'll be the studio as we laid out in the plans here. So the only refusal generated, of course, is for the multifamily use. And I think that's it, besides just giving Nate a minute to talk about his plan for the rents and what he's trying to do with that piece of it.
Sure. Whenever you guys are ready for me, I'll jump in. Good. Okay. Yeah. So basically, when I'm tackling this project, briefly to reiterate what Joe said, we took this from, a situation that was very unfortunate, and the gentleman had passed away, and it was actually a large amount of debt that he had on the property, which his family would have then inherited. The debt was like $75,000 in the ballpark of that. And it's it's a shell property. So if you guys are familiar with the prices of houses in the neighborhood, like a renovated house sells for like 100,000 ish in that part of town, give or take. So we were stuck with the tough task, and the only way to make this financially feasible was to propose a 3-unit building. That being said, I spoke with Tempest. We spoke and kind of picked your brain for a little bit, and hopefully I've delivered what we briefly spoke about, which was providing at least 1 unit that could house a family, like the equivalent to a single family house. And that would be the first unit, which would be the bi-level first floor and basement unit. So that one would, in my opinion, would accommodate a full family, as opposed to just making 3 like bachelor/bachelorette apartments. So we provided that with the first floor unit. With the second floor, we used the footprint that was given there, which is the exact footprint of what's there right now. And you can see that it's a larger 1-bedroom apartment. And the third floor, instead of taking the apartment forward or backwards to add more space, because the third floor doesn't go all the way back to the back of the current building, we left it as it is, and it was enough space for a efficiency studio apartment. And to also touch on what Joe said, we won't be changing anything with the facade. So I know it's generally frowned upon to change the facade of a building and make it look ultra modern, like they do in other neighborhoods like Fishtown and all these other places where people are doing a lot of development. With this specific project, we do not plan on doing that. So it'll look exactly as you guys see it. Maybe we'll put some new siding on the front, but that'll be about it. Like where as you can see, the siding looks a little old. And besides that, yeah, as far as rents are concerned, I'd be curious to know what the feedback is. I don't have a set price on rents, but I looked with single family houses, and the same square footage for that first floor unit is around 1,200. The large 1-bedroom, I was thinking around 800, and the efficiency around 600. Willing to take as much feedback and discuss that and your guys' opinions on those price points. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions? I'm all ears.
All right, so we'll be moving into thank you so much for explaining the project. There were some new people that came in when you were in the middle of speaking, so I just wanted to reiterate what was spoken about. This is a proposed triplex conversion. The previous owner passed away in the middle of bringing forth the project, and so couldn't finish the variance because he had passed away. The first unit is to be a 3-bedroom apartment meant for families that would encompass both the entire first floor and the basement. The second is a large 1-bedroom, and the third floor would be an efficiency, so a range of housing styles and price points. We're talking about putting out, you are speaking about pushing out the second floor to be flush with, so like a slight bump out so that it would almost mimic the next door neighbors where the beauty salon is, but keeping the.
Is that accurate, Nate? Is that how I read that?
Is that accurate?
Well, no, there's no, the bump out that's there currently will still be there. It's
okay.
The exact same. It's aesthetically from the facade of the building, the front, it is going to look exactly the same.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so what was I misreading, Nate? I'm asking you because to me it looked like the unit 2, the second floor, had matched the first floor in.
No, it's just showing the exterior. It's just the bay. Like still, if you can see where the unit 2 is, it has
I got you.
That bay footprint as well as unit 3. So the second and third floor have that bay window, where the first floor does not. The first floor is indeed bumped out because that's the existing structure currently.
Gotcha. I misspoke earlier then.
No, it's cool. It's hard to see that, I think, with the plans.
So moving on, I'd like for us to start our question and answer portion of the evening. Anyone can ask a question in regards to pricing, aesthetics, materials used, use, and Nathan said that he was open to critique or ideas around pricing. So right now, the proposed pricing is $1,200 for the family home portion of the apartment, $800 proposed for the 1-bedroom, and $600 for the studio. So I open up the ability for you all to ask questions, share concerns. If you'd like to speak, you can use the space bar to unmute yourself, or 6 if you're on a phone. And after the question and answer period is over, I will put forth a poll to ask whether you support this project or whether you don't support this project. And based on the feedback and the answers on the poll, that will dictate what our support letter or non-support letter will be. We don't make up our own choices on how we personally feel about a project. We share the idea of what the majority has asked. Okay, so the question and answer period is now open. Anyone can unmute themselves or pose a question to the chat.
I wanted to ask about the first picture that we saw. I see that you said it was a shell property that you wanted to develop. And when I look at the picture, there's a space there, an empty space. Is that where you're going to develop this? Or is this a building that already stands, which is right next to the new room? Okay, that's the actual property that you're working with.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the lot next door is vacant. I don't own it. I actually don't know who the owner is, but
It'd be cool if you did.
Huh?
Be cool if you did own it.
It'd be cool if I did. Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't. I'd make it like a garden or something, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully that clarifies. Yeah, it's the with the white facade next to exactly the one they pointed at.
Oh, not the one with the blue door.
No, it's the to the left. Yep, to the right of the vacant lot. If you're on the street view facing the building.
Mr. Wayne?
I was trying to see if you had exit from the basement, because if you have people on the first floor and the basement and making the basement living quarters, is
Yes,
there
sir.
like a bedroom down there?
There is currently, yeah, and where the can you see the mouse on the screen?
Okay,
Yeah, that would be the egress, which is the entrance.
that's the rear of the property?
What you're looking at is the rear, correct?
Okay. What
Correct.
about the third floor? Are you providing fire escape from the third floor? I think that's a requirement as well.
I don't believe it is a requirement for a triplex. I'm happy to explore that option if that's what you guys have been seeing in the neighborhood. Joe, can you touch on that?
Under 4 units, it's not required. I have had them added at bequests of RCOs, just to put that out there, but it's not required for under 40 units.
Right, and we are using ample hallway space, so it's not going to be like some of the older triplexes and some of the older buildings that have been developed prior to, let's say, 1980. Had a little bit of tighter quarters in there and not so much up to code fire safety. But in accordance with the new code, which has been changing like every year, we have to abide by very strict fire safety guidelines. For this specific project, there will inevitably be a sprinkler system, which is something you don't see all the time in smaller apartment buildings. So there'll be a full-fledged sprinkler system as well as full fire alarm system.
Yeah, to piggyback on that, the last code change was 2018. It added the sprinkler systems for these size units. So Nate will have to do that. Something like, what do folks ask for? Security cameras or another escape route. Those things are typically for this size not required, just negotiable points or however you want to think about that. But either way, if it was required, he would have to do it. So
yeah. So fire safety is huge, and I definitely take that into strong consideration before I do any project because it's costly. It's expensive. Like a sprinkler system for this project is not going to be. It's not going to be cheap. Neither is the fire alarm, but it's something that's required, and it's something that I definitely believe is necessary.
So another question, do you have fire alarm smoke detectors with lights in them?
Yeah, we use the most modern fire alarm systems that you can do. I have, if you're familiar with the company Emergency Response, they do my fire alarms. So whatever the 2020 highest grade fire alarm is for an apartment building, we're going to use that.
Do you have to hardwire those, Nate, now for detectors? Do you know? That's
you know what? Yeah, you do. You do have to. They do, and then there's a certain there's a whole bunch of codes that go with smoke detectors. Some for certain spaces need to be the carbon, depending on gas. If you're using gas in the building, there's a few different scenarios. But long story short, smoke detectors are also a huge part of the fire safety, and yes, they will be up to the highest grade of smoke detectors that we can put.
So, not to hog the show, but since you mentioned it, is this the utilities gas and electric, or is it straight electric?
So we haven't done the engineering mechanical plan yet, which is just a simple portion of the architectural plans. But as of recently, I've been doing all electric and not having gas. So I probably would stick to that. I think with this project, I believe that it's easier on the tenants to have one bill with PICO instead of having PGW and PICO. And I cover the water for all my tenants, so water would be in my name or my company's name. But to answer your question, all electric is what I seems safer, better.
Thank you, Mr. Wayne. Any other questions or concerns or comments? Any feedback around the pricing? For those that are new, the first unit would have 3 bedrooms and be bi-level, so go from the basement and the first and to the first floor. And the proposed price for that is $1,200. The second unit is a large 1 bedroom that would take up the entire second floor. That is proposed at $800 a month. And unit 3 would be a studio apartment, which proposed price is $600. Does anybody have any additional feedback or any other questions I'd like to pose before we bring up the poll? If you'd like to unmute yourself, you can press the space bar to unmute yourself, or you can click by your face and unmute yourself that way as well.
I don't necessarily think it's unfair based on the sizes that Nate mentioned, with the rent for the 3 bedroom, $1,200, the rent for the 2 bedroom, $800. In that range, you know, I mean, it could go up or down a little after, you know, he's finished with all the developments. And then the $600 for the 1 bedroom efficiency unit on the 3rd floor. Based on prices that we're seeing now in this community, this area, with the most recent developments happening. So I don't know if anybody else on the call or the platform has any information about that or wants to speak to that. I think it sounds reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Any other feedback?
Yeah, I agree. Everything sounds reasonable for the area, particularly the one, you said it's a 2 bedroom or 1 bedroom, 2nd floor?
1 bedroom.
Yeah, 1 bedroom. 800, 850 is about the range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that second
Mr.
floor,
Aldini?
sorry, is a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here, the second unit 2.
Yeah, unit 2. Yeah. It's the bedrooms in the back. Front would be the like dining area, kitchen, and there's a living room in between the 2.
Perfect. Ms. Geraldine, do you have anything that you'd like to say? Followed by Angelica. I know you've unmuted yourself. Hello?
This is Angelica from Rep. Cephas's office. I didn't know if Geraldine had anything to say before I went. Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to concur with the group that those sound like reasonable prices for the area. I did have a question. I know that, you know, rental, that would obviously be the starting price for the area, but do you have like a format for how you like go up on rent, whether it is with the same tenants or new tenants, like, so what the rent might look like in, I guess, in the next 3 years to come?
Sure. It's a great question. And it varies depending on the property and the unit count and a whole bunch of things. But with this specific property, I would say the maximum rent increase would be like 2%. But I've been developing for 5 years and I haven't utilized any rent increases in any of my properties. So to note that I don't plan on increasing the rent if I can achieve the rents that I'm asking for, and especially keeping the same tenants, because as you know, it's a turnover cost per unit can be high when you have a new tenant coming in and certain things need to be fixed and cleaned or whatever. I usually do whatever I can to accommodate the current tenants to hopefully have them stay another year or another 2 years or another 3 years. So generally the bargaining point is the price of the rent. And I would say that that's the best bargain I can do, is just say, I'll keep the rent the same and we'll proceed forward. But, you know, average in the city I've seen is like what, 4 to 6% or 3%, depending on where it is. So hopefully that answers your question.
No, definitely helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. If someone's speaking, if you would like to speak, you are muted. So if you would like to speak, you can. Okay, perfect. So I will put forth the poll. I ask for everyone to take it that's not the developer. And I thought that it was already up. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. All right. So we should be able to launch this poll now. And once the poll is taken, I'll let you know what the general support was.
Poll showed up on mine, but I'm not touching anything. So I'm just going to let it go. Yeah, but I'm definitely not clicking don't support.
Okay. All right. So the majority, right now we have unanimous support for this project. I'll show it.
Thank you.
All right. Do you see it? Share the results.
Now we can, yeah. Cool, great.
All right, so I will work on the support letter. Thank you all for coming and sharing and asking questions. You are making this community work, and we deeply appreciate you all. Please like the Achievability page on Facebook so you can stay abreast on when our next RCO meetings are. We'll also be doing energy utility assistance. So if you need to be on tap, water assistance, gas assistance, you're behind on bills, we have help for that. If you are having trouble accessing mortgage or rental assistance, we can help you with that. If you're having issues finding a job, we can help you with that. So please, you can email me, and please like our page on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I've been trying to get through for the longest.
Oh, I'm glad that you
It went to like a New York number.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions or concerns?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I just had to apologize for the last meeting that I had missed because I had a family emergency and I wasn't in town.
It's all
so
right.
I really intend to get in touch with Kelly to let her know
Okay.
that it wasn't that I was negligent, but that it was my son was in a serious car accident.
Well, blessings to him. I'm so sorry that happened. And we're with you. You never have to come, but we always love when you are here. So thank you
Yes.
so very much.
On your statement about opening up for utilities.
Yes.
When does this start?
Oh, it's happening exactly right now. So I will also.
Will you be at the office?
No, we're working remotely. But if you set up an appointment, we can meet one-on-one in the office, socially distant. So I'll
Okay,
give you.
so we'll be doing.
We're
So
doing,
you have to go online.
yes. Online.
Going to Achievability.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
So you can. I apologize. Something had just come through. No, you can call us. You can call us, or you can like us on Facebook and ask a question, or you can email us. I'm going to pull up Rhonda's number, her Google number, and you can contact her for help, okay? And she'll make an appointment with you if you need help with your utilities.
Okay.
So let me put that up right now, and you'll be able to call her. Please only call her between the hours of 9 and 5. Okay?
9 and 5.
9 to 5. Because it is her cell phone number, and if you call her after hours, you'll be calling her after hours.
I got you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should see the number for Rhonda Wilson. I'll put her name in
I
the
think
chat.
Joe is still sharing his screen. We can't see. Oh, okay, it's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
I got it.
It's
Okay.
a chat box.
Okay.
So you
Thank
can
you.
Turn it off.
you can do that. And
No problem.
so just please
Okay.
take that down if possible. So for everyone, if you weren't able to copy and paste that from the chat box, you can email me at tcarter, TCARTER at achieve-ability.org. So you can email me if you have any questions. If you want to set up an appointment for utility assistance, or rental assistance, or mortgage assistance, or tax rebates for your house, not for general taxes, you can call Rhonda Wilson between the hours of 9 and 5 at 267
267
469
469
00
00
77.
77. Let me repeat this back to make sure I got it right.
Yes, ma'am.
267 469 0077.
Yes, perfect, Ms. Ward.
Okay.
So thank you so much for everyone who came today. We will let you know what happens with this project. Because of your support, we will write a support letter for this project. You will be able to look at and share this video by tomorrow at the latest Friday. It will be on our Facebook page. So if a neighbor wasn't able to come to the meeting and wanted to check it out and wanted to see what was happening in their neighborhood, you will be able to share this video with them. It'll be on our Facebook page, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you all so very much. And we appreciate you. Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joseph. All right.
Thank
you all
you,
have a
guys.
good night. We got
And
in and out
everyone have
30.
a good evening.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Kelly. You're the best.
I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry.
Yes. I mean, this is one of the quicker ones. We got in and out in less, basically 30 minutes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tempest. I appreciate all your help in organizing this and everybody for coming.
Yeah.
You are the best. Thank you for approving the project. Tempest, feel free to share my information with anybody. If they have any questions, you can holler right at me anytime.
Okay, perfect. I'll make sure to put that on our post.
All right, cool.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
See you guys.
Yes.